she or he has to celebrate the son or cousin birthday party. So again, thank you very much for coming and giving me a privilege to be together with you this evening. Today, I would like to thank you also for coming, simply because Indonesia is organizing a trade expo in October. So I would like to give you an overview of the event. But of course, I would like to also invite my colleague from Indonesian Consulate General in LA and Chicago, because we have Indonesian Trade Promotion Center in these two big cities. So at this point in time, I just want to make a presentation about the macroeconomics of Indonesia, maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I just want to highlight how Indonesia has been doing in the last 5 years. So I think this is a very best information about Indonesia. Indonesia, this is the most western part of Indonesia, Banda Aceh, where we had tsunami in 2004. If you fly from this point to the most eastern part of Indonesia, Merauke, it takes you 6.5 hours.
Wow.
So it's very long in terms of the time span to get from the most western part and to the most eastern part. And Indonesia has 17,516 of islands. Of course, only 33 or 35% of the islands are inhabited. The rest are mostly forest and atoll. And we have 6 big islands: Sumatra, Kalimantan, it was Borneo, Java, where we have Jakarta in Java, Celebes, Sulawesi, and also Papua. And Bali is here, just in the center of Indonesia. You know, when I first came to the United States in the early 90s, when I said I'm from Indonesia, my dear colleagues asked me, where's Indonesia? Is it close to Bali? Yes, very close, but it's in Indonesia. So again, thanks, my colleague from Bali. Actually, the delegates came from Bali. They just arrived here 3 days ago. They are here for, yes. And Gita is from Bali Tourism Board. They are here to promote the potential of Bali. And anyway, she's preparing a voucher for you to stay in Bali for 2 or 3 days. All right, this is Bali Indonesia. Population is only 240 million. Only. We are the 4th in terms of numbers, and in terms of political issues, we are the 3rd democratic countries right now after the US, and the 2nd largest users of Facebook and Twitter. But I'm in very bad situation because my wife doesn't allow me to have Twitter and Facebook.
Lucky man.
So, excluding the Consulate General of Indonesia in San Francisco. Right. And the labor force, we have 62 to 63% of labor force, means that people range from 18 years to 45 years old. So in terms of labor force and productivity, we have very good numbers labor force. And the GDP, we are in the 16th. Last year, 2010, the GDP is 720 billion, and we are in the biggest in the ASEAN region. And GDP per capita is 3,800 US dollars. Of course, we are not the biggest. The biggest is Brunei and Singapore. And GDP growth is 6.1, and even during the economic crisis in 2008-2009, we still in the positive growth. Some countries in the Asian region, they were minus, but Indonesia is still in the plus. Of course, there's a reduction in terms of the growth. It used to be 6.2, 6.5, and then during the crisis, 2008-2009, it was 4.2, 4.4. And then the expectation for in 2011 is 6.5 to 6.7. Inflation rate is very low, 6.85, and bank rate is 6.75% annually. Investment destinations outside the BRICS, we are the 9th in terms of the investment destination. And total FDI realization in 2010 is 23 million, and January-March 2011 is already 43.6 trillion. So it's equivalent to almost 6 billion US dollar. And the expectations, the target December 2011 is 240 trillion rupiah, so it equals to 27 to 28 billion US dollar, the target of investment, foreign direct investment, excluding the portfolio investment, of course. One of the emerging economies in CIVITS, I think everybody is familiar with CIVITS, China, India, Vietnam, Indonesia, Turkey, South Africa. And now Indonesia is chairman of ASEAN. I think my dear colleague has to take into your considerations that what ASEAN is doing right now, especially to anticipate the 2015, when ASEAN member countries will launch the ASEAN Economic Community, just like the EU. So once we arrive at the 2015, so each country in ASEAN region has a free movement of capital, free movement of goods, free movements of labor. So it will be a very good point for you to invest in ASEAN region to get the market, because the total market in ASEAN region is almost 600 billion. How about the trade relations in Indonesia and the US? Total trade in 2008-2010 is 20 billion, and 20 billion in 2008 and 17.9 billion in 2007 because of the economic crisis here in the US, and then improve again in 2010 to 23.6 billion. In terms of global trade, I mean, in the Indonesian trade in the global market, in 2010, our share in global market is 110 billion, and import is 97 billion. So we are still in positive side, more or less 13 billion of export-import. US is Indonesia's third largest destination for the export of non-oil and gas products. Yeah. And the oil and gas usually we export a lot to Korea, Japan, and China. Main trade commodities, clothing. This is what's the most product of export of Indonesia to the US market. One of the 5 largest investors. I mean, the US is one of the 5 largest investors, especially in mining. So again, as I mentioned before, how important is ASEAN regions to other countries, especially the US and EU. This is the big chunk of global market, and in terms of the GDP, ASEAN is 2.65 billion, but the populations of ASEAN countries, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Brunei, and so on, is almost 600 million, with a big purchasing power per capita, especially in Indonesia. As I mentioned before, the population of Indonesia is 240, and we have 16, in terms of demographic size, we have 60% of young generation which is very productive and very consumptive. So this is a very big chunk of cake that you have to catch. And now Indonesia, after the reformation era, the reform era, the last 10 years, Indonesia has turned, in terms of the global competitiveness, Indonesia has changed, has been ranked to 44 instead of 54 from 139 countries. So the performance of economic and political situation in Indonesia is getting better and better. This is a kind of vision that my government has decided on a long-term period until 2050. So in 2014, the expectation of the domestic product GDP is about 1,200 billion. And in 2025, the projections will be at 3,000 to 4,500 billion. And then 2030 is higher, and then by 2050, we have a very strong expectation that Indonesia will be in the big 6 of economic size in terms of the global market. So there's a positive expectation that Indonesia will be one of the best 10 countries in terms of global market of economic and investment. So this is what I would like to say, and thank you very much for your attention.
Ini di luar ekspektasi saya ya, teman-teman dari kalangan business people dan instansi pemerintah cukup banyak yang datang untuk menghadiri event kita hari ini yang berkaitan dengan business networking dalam rangka mengintroduce atau memperkenalkan trade expo di Indonesia pada bulan Oktober. Karena ini perlu kita sampaikan pada kalangan pengusaha atau counterpart kita sini agar mereka tahu bahwa Indonesia juga punya agenda tahunan dalam bidang perdagangan atau promosi produk-produk ekspor Indonesia.
Oke.
Ya.
Terus jadi seandainya orang mau ikut dalam expo ini yang dari Amerika, bagaimana tuh?
Ya sebenarnya partisipasi mereka sangat kita harapkan. Jadi kalau ada yang mau ikut misalnya dari San Francisco Bay Area, kita akan mencoba memberikan briefing, memberikan penjelasan kepada mereka mengenai schedule-nya dan mengenai programnya. Karena selama kegiatan Trade Expo di Jakarta tanggal 19 Oktober sampai 23 Oktober itu akan ada beberapa kegiatan. Salah satunya misalnya pertemuan dengan Menteri Perdagangan. Jadi kalau kita tahu ada beberapa pengusaha dari San Francisco Bay Area sana akan ikut atau akan berkunjung ke Trade Expo itu, tentu kita akan atur suatu pertemuan dengan Menteri Perdagangan atau Menteri Perindustrian agar mereka tahu bagaimana kebijakan Indonesia dalam perdagangan dan kemudian bagaimana competitiveness produk-produk ekspor Indonesia di market di pasaran global.
Jadi kesannya kalau ada yang berminat, kapan deadline-nya?
Deadline-nya sebenarnya tidak begitu kaku ya. Jadi ada yang bulan Agustus, tapi kita tailor made. Tentu kita sesuaikan dengan situasi dan kondisi. Bahkan sampai awal Oktober juga kita masih bisa menerima aplikasi mereka untuk ikut sebagai peserta dari kawasan pantai barat Amerika. Gitu.
Oke, ada kesan-kesan apa lagi yang?
Kesan-kesannya saya lihat mereka tuh banyak yang belum tahu bahwa Indonesia punya agenda tahunan mengenai Trade Expo ini. Dan itu mereka sangat apresiatif terhadap upaya yang dilakukan oleh KJRI bahwa ini merupakan suatu terobosan baru untuk memperkenalkan program Trade Expo Indonesia kepada kalangan pengusaha di Bay Area.
Oke, baik Pak. Terima kasih.
Oke, terima kasih. Selamat malam.